Hi, Bahar. How are you? Okay, 126. Hi, Bets. Hey, Dave. How are you?
Still work here?
Oh, my God. My name is Susan Manheimer. Hi, Ted. How are you? Mike, are you back? Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll meet soon. We were walking, we lived in San Francisco, walking to the store, the local Cala, down at Haight and Stanyon. And as I was returning to my apartment building, I got robbed. And that really changed my life. They held a knife to my daughter's neck. My daughter was 2 years old. You know those little play school shopping carts, the toy ones? She had some little groceries she was pushing in her little toy shopping cart. I had my hands full of grocery. Luckily, I had the presence of mind to grab her, throw a couple of bucks at him, get away, and I called the police immediately. It turns out, based on the description, that he was a very bad guy who was wanted for a bunch of rapings and stabbings in that specific area. I'll never forget sitting down in the fourth floor of the Hall of Justice in the robbery squad room, looking at just stacks and stacks, hundreds and hundreds of pictures of just that year's robbery suspects. And it profoundly changed me. I'd grown up in the city, never really been scared. And I remember thinking, if there are people like this out there, I want to do something to be able to protect, of course, my family, my community, and do something to change all this.
Emma?
Another thing that really meant a lot to me was when I was a very young cop. I had responded to a fight up at Joey J's at the corner of Geneva and Mission, and I swear I think you had to be a ex-con just to get in the bar. And it was a huge fight, and I was one of several officers who responded. And there was a guy laying on the ground with a butter knife stuck in his neck, in his carotid artery. And so we're in the fight, and we're trying, there's people throwing pool cues and chairs, and all of a sudden I saw one of the other officers pull the knife out. And so I got a tourniquet and or like a big bar napkin, put it around his neck, and then I put my foot on it because I'm trying to, there's things flying, and we're trying to get this situation to order. But at the same time, then I started working on making sure that I was giving him CPR and getting the tourniquet on there. And then the ambulance came. I didn't think much about it. And then I got this job, and in like 2002, 2004, I was asked by the chief in Alameda to go over to a DARE graduation, which is fourth graders, and they sing "Just Say No, Just Say No." And so it's this huge auditorium in Alameda of all these fourth graders. And at the end, a guy approached me in a Wonder Bread truck driver delivery outfit with his fourth grade daughter and his wife, and he had tears in his eyes. And he said, "I don't know if you remember me, Chief, but I followed your career. I don't know if you remember, but I lay dying in Joey J's, and you saved my life. And here's my daughter and my wife to thank you." And they were family. And then he decided to be a Marine. And I was, I was concerned for his safety, and yet at the same time very proud that he had such a level of commitment that he wanted to go after his 6 years of training and go and truly serve in our war. I was so proud of him and watched him grow and mature so much through his service. And so it was hard he was gone for 7 months to Afghanistan, and he and his new wife and my husband and I and my daughter just talked every week, about being positive and making sure that Jesse didn't worry about us worrying about him. Oh, and he said to me one time, I said, "Well, how come you had to choose Marine, and how come you have to go, choose to go to the war?" And he said, "Well, Mom, how come you did undercover work in the Tenderloin?"